How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions where you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What lights up a soccer stadium? A soccer match. Pretty corny. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. I was saying, hey, I want to see it in the $7 range. We ended up closing at $7, so that was something that was great to see. But I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, and we also want to know resistance. And then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We want to know, are institutions loading up? Plus, on top of that, does OCGN continue to have short squeeze potential? And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, are there any large scale orders that came into stock today? The reason why this is important, because this will tell us if institutions had the opportunity or even considered wanting to load up on the stock. I feel that is very key because it does impact the price. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.06, being up 2.32%. On the low, it tested $6.83, and then on the high, testing $7.30. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.672 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days, it is around 16.98 million. So yes, it was below average, but we saw a lot of strength inside the market today, and we were able to finish at the $7 level, which we've been talking about quite a bit on the channel. When we take a look at our chart, we're using the 1 year daily chart. We want to see our indicators. You can see from the RSI down below, it's around 47.33. So we're pretty much in the middle, but we're still technically in the oversold territory. When you take a look at the indicators on the chart, we are well above the 200 day. We're also below the 100 day, but you can see here we're just a tick below the 21 day EMA, being here at $7.21. What was great to see, we ended up getting to $7.30 on the day before hitting some resistance and having some selling pressure. But like I said previously, finishing at $7 was something that we were really looking forward to. So as far as tomorrow is concerned, I want to see a test back to that 730 level. If we can get past that 730 level, then the next area I'm looking forward to seeing OCGN get to will be here right around $7.58, and we want to see if there's going to be any selling pressure there, and if there isn't and there's more buying volume, then I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a strong move where we get up to 780, and passing 780 will finally get us back into that $8 range. But for the most part, it'll be great if we can finish after hours at $7. That's exactly what I am looking for. But if we do decide to pull back, you can see here very clearly we have these areas in regards to 690 where we finished in that 690 range yesterday. If we hold that up, things are still continuing to look good as well. So let's be patient and see what happens. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So we can see here short volume ratio being at 29.16. This is the Fintel calculation. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 150,000, updated 24 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow free rate, it's at 8.56%. As we scroll down further, taking a look at the FINRA numbers, you can see for July 27th close, it was at 54.88, and as far as for the 26th close, being at 48.45. So of course, OCGN continues to have a lot of short squeeze potential, and this is part of the reasons being is when we have a lot of buying volume that comes through the stock, we can end up seeing some very strong moves going to the upside. So let's continue to keep an eye on it and see how it performs as far as for the rest of the week. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow we had 14,813, and on the outflow we had 15,481. So it was an outflow day. Now when we take a look at the orders now, on the large we had 1,117, and on the medium we had 9,839, and on the small we had 3,857. Keep in mind this is in kilo USD. As far as on the outflow side, on the large we had 703, on the medium we had 9,286, and on the small we had 5,492. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for July the 28th, large scale orders being at 414.15. So we saw more large-scale orders going into OCGN stock for today, and that is definitely a great sign. That just tells us institutions were loading up on shares. And part of the reason being is, hey, we saw as far as for the overall market conditions, things were a lot better. A lot of stocks had the opportunity to run up, and OCGN was definitely benefiting off of this. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how well it performs as we get near to the end of the week. Tomorrow is Thursday, and of course, you want to look forward to see what happens on Friday. I want to see a continuation of seeing it hold up that $7 level. I feel this is very key because I know just like many others want to see this get into the $8 range. Do keep in mind of the fact there will be some volatility continuing to be inside of the market. Yes, we did end up having the Fed meeting, but again, this is going to be continuing. So that's why I want to make sure that you guys are prepared. You have a strategy. If you're trying to play off of the swings, just make sure you know your entry and as well as your exits. Don't wait on just saying, well, you know what, I'll just wait until it runs up a little bit more. No. Find out what that exact number is and find out if it works for you. As far as anyone that's in this play long term and you believe in the potential, of course you want to be looking out for pullbacks so you can have a good cost average. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that'll tell you, hey, doesn't matter, just buy. You need to get in right now. No, you need to make sure you practice patience. Stocks pull back all the time, and as it gets back into that $6 range, at least you can have an opportunity to get in when it is cheaper. I really want to emphasize this because on this channel, I'm not trying to create bag holders here, and I want to make sure you have a strategy for any play you decide to get into. As far as overall what's going on with covaxin, we've heard the issues going on with Brazil. They canceled the EUA. Of course, as far as when I addressed it in the previous videos before, I'm really not taking that too seriously whatsoever. At the end of the day, we have to move forward from that, and this comes especially when we talk about the lawsuits. I get questions about that. That's another thing that I'm not focused on either. And part of the reason being is, as far as COVID-19, this is something that is not going anywhere. And as far as covaxin and the way ocugen has been going to work, making sure they can solidify having some contracts, and as well as trying to get into Canada and as well as the US, and be pretty much following all the regulations and all the guidelines that they need to follow for a successful launch. So I'm going to continue to be patient and wait for that, and then you got to figure out if that's something that is right for you. And of course, this is why I emphasize making sure you're doing your homework and you're doing your due diligence. This is so key. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.